Karuga. Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important news are leading you people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look, these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since, tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Black Friday, November 25th, 2022. What are you doing here? You should be out there shopping, making the American economy grow. Not sitting here listening to some idiot on YouTube. President Biden is counting on you. Mamo Prey is counting on you, making the economy strong. Okay, I urge you to leave this stream, unless you're not an American. Leave this stream right now and go to your local Best Buy or Target, Walmart, or local business and buy something. You need to stimulate the economy. But if you're not going to do that, then why don't you use my Amazon affiliate link that you can find on birdleprey5.com and just order something from Amazon. That'll work too. That'll work too. John Araki first in the chat today. He says, Uno, did I beat subscriber mode? No, John. Subscriber mode was on from the very creation of this stream. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Hail Karuga, hail Karuga. Hail not Ryan Johnson. And John Araki with a $1 super chat early on. Thank you so much, John Araki. Yeah, unfortunately, it did not show up in my list of old super chats because I had the window closed, so I can't play it for you, but it's clearly there, so I appreciate it. Words and pictures. Says Qapla Bird of Prey, I've been watching a few of your older streams. You're good at this YouTube. Well, thank you so much, Words and Pictures. I've watched a few of my older streams, and I think I was better in the past than I am now. I've gotten worse. I put my good stuff up front, And I probably should have held back a little. Mamo probably disagrees. But thank you, Words and Pictures. It's very nice. Qapla bird, says John Araki. Qapla. Richie Poole says Qapla, Qapla, Richie. And Richie Poole says, Bird of Prey, did you know Elon Musk has his subscriber mode for SpaceX set for 12 years? Was there even a SpaceX 12 years ago? I think that's just a creative way of turning off the chat. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hello, Captain. Captain, sorry to hear things are not going particularly well, but I do hope you hang in there. Richie Poole says, I guess that clears up any doubt that he is into the free flow of opinion and information on the net. The reality is he probably has the chat turned off just so that it's not full of, trolls. It's in nobody's best interest to have a whole bunch of trolling going on when, school kids are there to watch science and history be made. There's plenty of places people can troll them, like Twitter, if they so want to. But that's his decision, and you guys are free to make your own decisions when you own multi-billion-dollar launch companies. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Moxley fans is Bird Qapla. Hope you and the family had a great Thanksgiving. Well, Moxley, it was okay. Sisso Prey is out in California. In fact, today she's headed into San Francisco to look for George and Gracie. No, to Fisherman's Wharf. She's headed to Fisherman's Wharf today. Oh, right. But first, she's taking Charlie to the Monarch Butterfly Sanctuary. So if you hear on the news later today that there was an unfortunate accident at the Monarch Butterfly Sanctuary where a 2-year-old got loose and stomped on all the butterflies, it was probably Nephew O'Prey.
He wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't?
He'd free them.
He'd free the butterflies. Sure. Whatever you want to say, brother. Okay. He was freeing the butterflies under his shoes. Jedi Bill says, Qapla, brother warrior. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Hail Jedi Bill. Jedi Bill, if nobody was on, hopefully you were, but if you weren't, on LDG stream earlier today, Jedi Bill gave an epic performance on an Eminem rap song whose name I forget, but he's practicing it, and he has become phenomenal at it. Dan Ben says a Lego Millennium Falcon. Didn't expect to see that here. Yes, well, it is Black Friday, so I looked for some Lego Black Friday deals, and I'm not the biggest Millennium Falcon fan, but I figured it would work well for the audience. I do have a Lego set I want to show off. Not that I bought it, I don't. I haven't. But man, this is one, it's $600+. It's like $650. But man, it's 5 feet high. So it's taller than Mamo Prey. Technically 58 inches. So it's 4 foot, 4'10".
Oh.
So it is Mamo Prey's height. I'll show you guys that in a few minutes.
Is it a robot?
It's not a robot.
Oh.
Dan Van says, I was just watching another YouTuber do a Lego Star Wars live. Awesome. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. John DeMarco says, greetings, everyone. Greetings, John. Mike Richards says, greetings to John DeMarco. Welcome again, Mike Richards. And we all remember the passing of Mike Richards Beaver yesterday on Timberborn. Moxley fan says, hello all. Hello, Moxley. John DeMarco says, hey to Mike. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Qapla all, Qapla Gorilla. And check out Gorilla's Random Thoughts recent short video he put up. LDG, hashtag free the net, says in all caps, I love you, bid. And I am so happy that he typoed that, because if he had wrote it as I suspect he intended, I would have it be, I don't know. Well, we don't have to cross that bridge because he said, I love you, bid. Bid is not me. Professor Brainy Specs says, Qapla, Birdo 5, Qapla professor, our professional librarian. I hear that, I don't know, Professor. I hear that you're the center of a conspiracy perhaps to keep a certain person from being champion of a certain Jeopardy game. Mike Richards says greetings to the Professor Brainy Specs. And LDG says, sorry, he just got back from the library. Welcome again, LDG. Moxley fans says, we, the people, as every stream begins with we, the people. Although I don't know for how much longer, because I do have to work. I do have to get that. I have the update coming. I got lazy and I stopped working on it. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. Cinnabon Bunny says, hello, Cinnabon. And, of course, now you're not talking about the conspiracy. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, President Biden doesn't even know how the economy works. Professor, ordinarily I would say that that's not really fair. And obviously the president has some basic understanding how the economy works, even if I disagreed with them. Even if I disagreed with Barack Obama, somewhere, somehow, he at least learned how the economy works. You're correct, though, with President Biden. He might have known how it worked at one time, but I don't know. I don't know anymore. John DeMarco says, nice try, Bird, but you're stuck with us. Dave G. Sound says, hello, Jeff. Richie Poole says, Derek and I are going out to buy stuff in an hour or so. Oh, congrats. Congratulations, Richie Poole. You'll keep Arizona strong. Make Arizona great again. Mike Richards says, yeah, good luck with that, Bird. Arabic Saunders says, Qapla, Arabic. Live long and prosper. Moxley fan gives Mike Richards greetings from Texas. And Cinnabon Bunny already went shopping, pouring that money into the Pokemon trading card economy. Thank you, Cinnabon. Arabic Sonder hails the Professor Brainy Specs. Mike Richards says hello to Moxley. Arabic Sonder says hey to Cinnabon. And Professor says greetings to Dave G. Sound, who says hello to Captain Fandom Nerd, and a whole bunch of people all saying hello to each other. Richie Poole says, Bird of Prey 5 BS, you are just as good now as ever. Your best is yet to come. The best is yet to come, and won't that be fine? The best is yet to come the day that you're mine. I hope so, Richie. I hope so. I don't know about it, but I hope so. Mike Richards says, even if he is hiding behind an icon, yeah, I just was feeling lazy today. Didn't put on a shirt. Figured you guys, I should spare you guys without a shirt. Yeah. And it's very, I don't know. Listen, I know there's other people who go on YouTube all the time not wearing a shirt, and they're in better shape than me. But also, I just feel like that's, I don't know. It's not for me. Even if I was in good shape, I just feel like it really, unless I was at a beach or at a pool, I just feel like I should be wearing a shirt. Okay, I don't think I need to be wearing a fancy shirt. And you know, if I was a beautiful woman, I would say take the shirt off. But as a dude, I think if I want to be on YouTube with my face, I owe it to everyone to be wearing a shirt. And the reality is, I don't really think even the face is all that necessary, because I think a lot of people come here and listen, they don't necessarily watch. But thank you, Richie Poole. Mike Richards says, even if he is hiding behind an icon, yeah, well, it's okay. Richie Poole says, Sister O'Prey should take Charlie to the future site of Starfleet headquarters. I don't know exactly where that is, and I'm sure she doesn't care. She is in San Francisco, though, today, unless the future site is at Fisherman's Wharf. I'm pretty sure she's there to see the seals.
The future site is butterfly sanctuary after all the butterflies are free.
Bob O'Brien says the future site of Starfleet Academy is the butterfly sanctuary after all the butterflies were freed by unknown accomplice in 2022. He was short, and he was able to get under all the fences. The Traveler's in the house, formerly known as Wesley Crusher, says, Bird of Prey, greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds. Welcome, Traveler. Markrell, Qapla Markrell, says, where are the beavers? Where are the beavers? Where are the beavers? The beavers were yesterday, Mar, and I've been learning Timberborn. They've got stuff I didn't even know about. They've got showers to keep your beavers moist and wet. There's even a bar that tells you how wet your beavers are, because the wetter the beaver, the happier they are. So, I mean, I think it goes without saying that we all knew that to be true, but the game actually penalizes you for dry beavers. Richie Poole says, yes, I still think my best days are behind me. Although the beaver game, maybe.
Yeah.
Richie Poole says 4'10". Derek is now taller than Mamo Prey. Very nice. Mamo Prey wants to know, how is Derek? There's a day in every young man's life when he surpasses Mamo Prey in height. Charlie is only perhaps a few short months away. Maybe a couple of years, but one day. Tim Christ, hey Tim, says, how is Beaver LDG's teeth? Unfortunately, Beaver LDG died with broken teeth. It wasn't until I was afflicted with broken teeth that I finally put the money into healthcare research to cure the condition. And then I got my teeth fixed, and all the other beavers who happened to have broken teeth were able to get their teeth fixed. And yeah, all was well at that point. Unfortunately, LDG didn't live to see the invention of the tooth grinder. Richie Poole says, shut up, Wesley. There's no Wesley here anymore. There's only the Traveler. John DeMarco says, more unfounded librarian slander. I don't think it's slander if it's true. Mike Richards is in Mike the Beaver's famous last words, Kirk Thud. Jedi Bill says hello to Tim Christ. Professor Brainy Specs is vertebrae. Cinnabon is having delusions and spreading wild conspiracy stories about me. Well, they didn't seem that wild. The Traveler, formerly known as Wesley Crusher, says vertebrae, please keep the video snip I made for you. Qapla. Oh, of course, Wes, of course. I mean, the Traveler. Of course. It's actually, that is definitely still part of the video. Richie Poole says, your intro is perfect just as it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. See, that's the problem, Richie. Maybe I keep the intro and make a new outro. I don't know. Because I know the outro was horrible. But wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I worked so hard to make that Looney Tunes looking thing. I really wanted to use it. Professor Brainy Specs is Richie. I agree with you on that. Richie Poole says, although you do have to work in the Garrick endorsement somehow. We see, that's what I'm saying. The new one has all the endorsements. The Traveler. Oh, did I put the Garrick one in? Shit. I gotta double check. Yes, Mama Pray. Yes, Mama Pray. I see your hands. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to reach, but we'll try. Oh, off.
Okay.
Close enough? Yay. I was able to throw a ball of paper towels to Mama Bray from across the living room. The Traveler says, vertebrae, out of these three, who would you vote for? Biden, Trump, or Ye, formerly known as Kanye West? Trump. I would vote for Trump, Traveler. Out of those three. And then if it was just Biden or Ye, then I'd vote for Ye. The Traveler says, puts in all the custom emojis. I pray for these. I better use them. I pay for these. I better use them. Thank you, the Traveler. Yes, as a channel member, you have access to custom emojis, including poker, Sisopray, Birdo-Pray, Tribble, Nephew-O-Pray, Sassy, Mamo-Pray, Krogan Flag, General Chang, Birdo-Pray logo, and another Tribble. Captain Phantom Nurse is the Traveler. Hello. And Professor Brainy Specs says greetings to the Captain. Hope things get better soon. John Meyer says topless bird shudders. Don't worry, John. You don't have to see the topless bird. And John, did you want a wrench? Did you ask to not have a wrench? Because you certainly do a wrench. I don't want to give it to you if you asked me to take it away. So please confirm in the chat if you ever wanted me to not give you a wrench. Because you're owed a wrench. Mike Richards is being shirtless on a 4-day weekend is the American way. You're damn right. You're damn right. Captain Phantom Nerd says, to be honest, things are worse. Long story. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain. I'm sorry to hear that. The Traveler says, vertebrae. Yeah, man. We don't want to see your skin tag. There's no skin tags, okay? They were all cut off. All 150 of them, or 200, were cut off. It smelled like a barbecue, but Jesus Christ, and it was a little painful. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't painless, but but the worst part was the like 4 weeks I had to go without deodorant. That was the worst. Once I could put the deodorant back on, life was good. Life was good. And you know what I did was I changed to powdered aerosol deodorant. Oh my God. Don't get me wrong, nice and cool, and it smelled great, but so much more dust. It increased the amount of dust in my bedroom tenfold because so much of it was just getting into the air. It wasn't, I must have been missing my arm or my underarm. Just the air and the powder, it just filled the room. Um, Filled the room. So definitely stay away from powdered aerosol deodorant if they even still sell it. Um, unless you want a lot of extra dusting. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies, Qapla, Mr. Londell, says a moist and wet beaver. Oh my God. Well, that was the purpose of the game, Mr. Londell. Don't okay, you have to keep your beavers moist, wet. They're thirsty. Beavers are thirsty. Some of them, are produce water. You put them in a water pump, and the beavers can pump water out. Other beavers, they need the moisture, so they suck water in. The traveler, formerly known as What's the Color, says wet beaver. Is beaver in the window or something else? Birdo Prey 5 is beaver in the window for something else. The game is Timberborn, the traveler, the Timberborn. And Mark Rowell says to Tim Chris, Beaver LDG died before they got health care. That's true. Mark Rowell says, Bird, I watched your stream this morning and I was gelling in Krish's ear, trying to help you as I played it a bit longer than you, so I thought I'd take it up again. Oh, cool. Early access to Land of Vikings is there too, so I might go for that instead. Awesome. Professor Brainy Specs is Bird of Prey. I see that the bunny has gotten to you too, just like he's gotten to Thomas Tom Potts. Just remember who controls the scores. Uh-oh. That sounds like a threat. John Meyer says, I meant my first statement to be, hello world. It's leftover Bird of Prey 5. Qapla. And Cinnabon says, wow, the truth comes out. John Meyer says, alert the NBA draft. John Meyer says, wrench good. Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. So let's go ahead. And you have been wrenched, my friend. You have been wrenched. Mike Richards says, Bird loves poker. I did today. I won over 300 million on poker. 300 million. I had a diamond key. It was a $50 million buy-in I got for free. It was a $300 million jackpot. And boom. Then, once I won that, my piggy bank filled up to 20 million. And it was a triple piggy bank redemption day. And I'd won a free piggy bank token. So I got another 60 million immediately after winning the first 300 million. So 360 plus million today in like 5 minutes on poker, plus a few other million I won here and there. It was a good day on Governor of Poker. LDG's Bird only fixed cracked teeth when it affected him. I was screwed from the start. Well, yeah, if you had kept your teeth in better shape, then you would have, maybe you still would have been alive by the time I had cracked teeth. The Traveler says I should really stop using text to speech. Oh, speech to text. Well, whatever it is. Cinnabon Bunny says it's proof that it's rigged. Well, we'll know Saturday if it's rigged or not. Saturday on John DeMarco channel, Jeff Nerdy, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tune in to see if Professor Brainy Specs has rigged another game. If I don't lose, no. If I don't win, you know it's rigged. That's how you know. Mike Richards is hashtag #BirdOMoneybags. I wish it was real money. And B, if it wasn't real money, I wish I could give some to Mama Prey. Because Mama Prey plays the game so much more than me. 1,000 times more than me. No, 10 times easily. 10 times more than me. You know, sometimes the treats are good and sometimes it doesn't. But I love to be able to give her a few extra million chips when she needs them, but it doesn't let you. They don't let you transfer chips to friends because they're too afraid people would sell chips for a hell of a lot cheaper than they sell them in the game. And truth be told, if you go to Reddit, you can find people selling chips for cents on the dollar, but I don't understand. I really don't understand how they get the chips to you. And I'm not gonna pay. Oh, Mama Pray, somebody's at the door. I'm not gonna pay $50 in real money and then get scammed. You know who it is, Mama Pray?
No, I had no idea.
1 minute. I guess we will see who's at the door. It's not UPS.
Yes.
Package?
Joseph?
I have a package for me.
Hey, Cassie.
Sassy.
No.
A certified mail for a company that hasn't existed in 20 years.
I'll put my hand.
No, you don't have to. It's certified. Don't sign for it.
No, he was here before 2000.
20 years ago.
Yeah. Thank you.
So before I owned this house, the guy who owned it had a business here. And he was he had a music studio in my basement, which we had to convert back to a basement for legal reasons when I purchased the house. But many famous bands played literally in my basement. There's pictures of Kiss. Kiss played my house. It was called Bayside Music Studio. Kiss played my house back in the 80s. Okay. And so did a whole bunch of other famous and semi-famous bands, many of whom I have absolutely no idea who they are because I know nothing of music unless it was Frank Sinatra or Billy Joel, and it wasn't. But almost a lot of other people did. Anyway, the guy still gets to this day checks, royalty checks for $1, $2, 62 cents. He has long since moved away, and he did not want to leave a forwarding address because despite getting royalty checks, he owed a lot more debt, I guess, and he did not want anybody knowing where he was. So I would just either shred his stuff or mark it to return it to him. So for the first time now, 15 years, we actually got a certified letter that the post office wanted somebody to sign for. So yeah, no. Tim Chris says, say hi to my package. Is it a big package? Oh, the package puns have started. The package puns have started. Professor Brainy Specs is vertebrae. I run a completely fair game, as you well know, as you've tried to intimidate me into changing the outcome of games that you were losing in your favor. And you didn't do it, Professor, which means that the only logical conclusion is that somebody else got to you first. Somebody else had already got to you. Otherwise, why wouldn't you do as I asked? The Traveler says Sassy ordered more food. Oh, was that Sassy's jerky? She's ordering it over the old business name. Well, you know, Sassy, it kind of would have worked had you ordered a little less jerky, and they wouldn't have sent somebody to deliver it with a signature. Music studio, says Cinnabon, quote. It was a music studio. Okay, it wasn't listen, in the olden days, God knows what happened in music studios, okay? We all heard the stories of a band coming in and the music studio coordinator ordering in some groupies to make the band feel better, make the band happy, right? You get the best performance from the band after they just have their own performance with some girls. Anyway, listen, I'm not on trial here. Okay, I'm not on trial here. It wasn't my music studio. I was well below the age of the age of consent. I was a minor in the 80s. Nothing that I did can be on my permanent adult record. So yeah, go take that. Take that, international law. Richie Pools says Quark claimed to run an honest game at DS9. In fact, Cisco said as long as his games are honest, he'd have no problem. Mike Richards says John DeMarco, the truth must be told. The Traveler says Bird should just take the check. I was thinking of it, the Traveler. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've all had checks mailed to our homes, right? And we wondered, how can I legally cash these checks, even though they're not in my name? In fact, I wondered if I created another business that I just happened to call Bayside Music Studio, and I just happened to get checks that were addressed to Bayside Music Studio, would it really be illegal to cash them? Anyway, the lawyer friend I asked actually said yes. Yes, it would be illegal. It would be fraud. And I would very possibly owe all the money I cashed and then some. And then there would probably be criminal charges too. And so, well, I never, it's a good thing. I didn't want to go through the trouble of creating yet another LLC anyway. But yeah, just in case anybody else is in that position, yeah, I mean, who's to say they weren't meaning to send them to me? Apparently the law says it. Because why would anybody be sending me money for songs I never owned, on contracts I never negotiated? Fucking lawyers, man. Lawyers ruin everything. That's why at the company I used to work for, Sidney Frank Importing Company, we had two lawyers. There was one lawyer, Bruce, hell of a nice guy. Nobody I'm not gonna say I was his only friend, but I liked Bruce. He was a nice guy. But the problem with Bruce is that he was the lawyer who always said no. Anything you asked, the answer was no. Whereas Bill, who I was also very friendly with, in fact, more friendly with, to be honest, Bill, a hell of a nice guy, he was the lawyer you went to when you wanted to hear a yes. So if you got a project and you wanted to do the project, you would go to Bill and say, Bill, I want to, find a way to distribute Jägermeister tap machines to, inner city orphanages. And he'd say, oh, yeah, we'll find a way. We can actually give it to the adult in charge. So anyway, but if you wanted to get a no, you would go to Bruce. And Bruce would say, you want to give Jaeger tap machines to inner city orphanages? That's going to knock our license off the wall. No, absolutely not. And so, oh, okay, well, I guess my project died. So that was the great thing about having two lawyers. You're good cop, bad cop, or you're good lawyer, bad lawyer. Not that either of them were bad lawyers. Both of them were excellent attorneys. But, one would always say yes, and one would always say no. The Tralia bird should take the check. Mike Richards is bird-o-logic. Tim Chris says, no, we don't want to know the stories. Bird, tell us the stories. Mamo Pray, could you pull that hose for a second? Thank you. Mike Richards is hashtag bird needs groupies. I don't say I need them, but it'd be nice. And we need YouTube groupies. Where are the YouTube groupies? How does one become a famous YouTuber and there's no YouTube groupies? Not that I'm a famous YouTuber, but if I was famous YouTuber, would there be YouTube groupies? Does Steven Crowder get YouTube groupies is what I'm asking. Does Tim Pool get YouTube groupies? Okay, Adam Kringler, whatever the fuck his name is, he was going to do his tell-all this week on what really happened at Tim Pool's house. Adam, I want to know, where were the groupies? Do you guys get them? Do they come around? Does YouTube send them themselves? Does the YouTube, do you get a bunch of addresses when you get the gold play button? How does it work? That's what I want to know. That's what I need to know. Professor Brainy Specs says, wow, Bird, I wouldn't do as you ask to allow you to win that you don't deserve, because you didn't deserve the win, because you actually lost. Jepnerdy is always a fair game. Professor, it's fair when I say it's fair. Mark Krell says, Philip O'Reilly put up a film to watch where he has a role in. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Mar. Mar says, why it's called Why the Nativity. Awesome. Why the Nativity? Professor Brainy Specs says, Richie Poole, so you're comparing me to Quark. I suppose you have to lump John in on that too, then. Richie Poole says, John is Cisco in this scenario. Professor is Quark. Who is Cisco? Okay, yeah, misspelled Cisco. It's with a K, not a C. Richie Poole says, Captain Ben Cisco, the man who started the Dominion War. John DeMarco says, well, I'm flattered by being compared to the Cisco. The professor would be more like Odo than Quark. Ah, so you're saying the professor conspired with the Cardassians. So I see how it is. So professor was okay to just to name names and let the Cardassians kill innocent Bajorans. Professor Brainy Specs says, oh, Cisco, not Cisco. Thank you, John. And Professor Brainy Specs, I always admired Odo. Holy shit. There it is. The truth comes out. And John DeMarco says likewise. They both admired Odo. They are horrible. That is horrible. Odo, I mean, we saw the episode where Odo let the person die, let an innocent person die. The Traveler says, Bird, we are your YouTube groupies. Hate to tell you this. Son of a bitch. I was afraid of that. Cinnabon Bunny says, I'd say Kai win with the deceitfulness. Oof. Oof. Even Cinnabon, even I think that might be a bit too much. I don't think they're any worse than a Gul Dukat, but the Kai win, Jesus Christ. John DeMarco says, Odo was trusted by all for his fairness, even by the Cardassians. Yes, but we saw that trust was wrongfully placed, at least that first time. And Kira lied to him. Kira lied to him, and he ended up having the wrong person killed. He should have done his job just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Anyway, it is today Black Friday, but it's not only Black Friday. It is International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Okay, guys, it's the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. So
You tell all the men in Walmart today fighting the women for the Black Friday deal.
yeah, wasn't today the day that Deej stole that baby Yoda from that poor woman who was looking to get it for her kids? Her kids, they were crying. They wanted baby Yoda, and Deej stole the last one from off the shelf. We remember. It's also Blase Day. On this unique holiday, take pleasure in not having to pretend to find pleasure in anything. It's Blase Day. It's also Buy Nothing Day, in an effort to combat the unethical and sometimes even dangerous mob shopping behaviors of Black Friday. So Buy Nothing Day. It's also a day of listening. There's something interesting for everyone to say or hear, so listen up and listen. I'm just saying that looking at these two ladies, I think it's a little bit more than a day of listening. I think there's a little bit of the rejoined in their eyes. A little music later, and I think we're going from this to this. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The day of listening, the ability to listen is a skill we can practice on National Day of Listening, which is the day after Thanksgiving on November 26th. Like, why? Because you didn't do enough listening yesterday to your family at dinner? I guarantee half the country felt like they heard way too much yesterday. They did too much listening. It's a day to get away from the chaos of the world, just relax, hear, and be heard. It's an unofficial day to practice listening, encouraging us to make time to record our family and our local community stories, since good listeners fight off depression and gain more familiarity with other people of different backgrounds, listening is highly recommended. This went from a interesting day to like a woke holiday. I don't think I need to learn the history of a day of listening. Flossing day. You learn the history of flossing and why you need to floss every day, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Every tooth should really be continuously flossed. Okay, there's a dental package in Caroga where you hire an orphan, and that orphan becomes personally responsible for flossing one of your teeth. And then you hire, 20 to 30, 40 other orphans, and you can get all your teeth flossed. And they sleep when you sleep, but they also floss while you sleep. So, you wake up and the teeth are super flossed. Fur-free Friday. Today we denounce our cruelty in the name of fashion to fur-bearing animals. Sure we do. It's May's Day. Hey, Deej, May's Day. The time has come to unwrap and savor this gift of nature. It's National Day of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Understanding the history and significance of this national holiday with our help. It's National Parfait Day. Get your parfait spoon ready. What the fuck is a parfait spoon? As we prepare to indulge in layers of perfect, creamy deliciousness. You know how I'm celebrating National Parfait Day? With a tartufo. Already ordered and in the freezer. It's National Play Day with Dad. Play Day with Dad Day. Spend the day doing some fun activities with your kids and create lifelong memories. It's Native American Heritage Day again. Native Americans from the foundation of American culture, and that makes this day special. Do they? Do they form the foundation of American culture? Maybe. It's Shopping Reminder Day. On your marks, get set, shop. Okay, this was the most interesting day. Mama Pray, this day is for you. It's Sinky Day. Do you know what Sinky Day is? Sinky Day, or Dine Over Your Kitchen Sink Day, is the day after Thanksgiving, which is November 25th, and it's especially for those of us for whom leftovers taste much better when eaten over the sink.
Well, it's close. I do stand next to the sink.
That's true.
At the counter.
Mama Pray stands next to the sink or at the counter. She can't technically eat over the sink, not quite tall enough. Imagine that after spending hours cleaning up the house, you want to give yourself a treat or a juicy, crunchy bite that will get crumbs everywhere. Taking it out of the kitchen may not be wise unless you love cleaning. One of the best places to eat that yummy but messy treat is over the kitchen sink. And some of us natural sinkies, it's just in us. Yes, sinkies are a thing. A sinky is someone who dines over this kitchen sink, grabs a quick bite in the car, drink milk straight from the carton. No, that we don't ever do. Or snacks right out of the refrigerator. You're a sinky. It's also System Engineers Day. System Engineers Day celebrate those who create computer systems and debug those with problems. And yes, as many a holiday as a if you're in the IT field, you had to work when everyone else had off because You know, the only time all the computers could be turned off was Christmas, New Year's. So those are the days when you had to do things. It's your welcome giving day. Instead of Thanksgiving, it's welcome giving. We're learning new ways to say you're welcome on this exciting day. So that's it. Then there's some birthdays. Nobody cares. But Sinky Day, that was the most impressive day. Does Yvette count as a YouTube groupie? Says Mike Richards. No, Yvette is a scientist. She doesn't count as a groupie. Professor Brainy Specs is unbelievable. The lies, the wild conspiracies, the outlandish slander. How dare you? Unsubbing. Save your violence for tomorrow, says Cinnabon. Yes, save your violence against women for tomorrow. Richie Poole says Guinan would love this day. National Listening Day. Mike Richards, the always subtle Wordle Pray 5. Captain Fandom Nerds, his family is overrated. Glad Thanksgiving is over. Next comes Christmas. Yuck. Oh, bah humbug from the captain. Richie Poole says if everyone is listening, then who is doing the talking? That's a good question. Professor Brainy Specs says Richie Poole, listen to the silence, but silence will fall. Richie Poole says silence is golden. Richie Poole says where silence has lease. And Mike Richards says the dreaded Kurogan, you're welcome. Bang. Hey there, salty tracker. You're welcome. Bang. Right in the back. Right in the back. Okay, so being it's Black Friday, I was looking, what did Lego have? Holy shit. The Eiffel Tower, 58 inches tall, $629.99. It's for 18 years and older. 10,001 pieces. And the height, 59 inches, they're claiming here. 23 inches wide and 23 inches deep. 59 inches. Look at this massive, giant box it comes in. And we got a video of just, you have no idea the scale. You have no idea the scale, though, on this until you look at this dude. This is not a short guy. And okay, now granted, he's building it on a table, but holy shit. Holy shit. This is one massive tower. I don't even know where I'd put it. I would say I'd buy it, but why? I don't have a hope. Okay, I don't even have a place to put it. It would have to be in a separate room, or we'd have to build an extension on the house. Jesus Christ. I can't put it on the floor. Charlie would destroy it. I can't buy this thing. If I bought it, I wouldn't be able to put it together for like 8 years. Because Charlie, I mean, how could he resist? I don't think I could resist smashing this thing to pieces. How could he resist? The only way I'd resist is because I wouldn't be able to reach it. Look at, oh man. Oh, it comes in pieces. Oh my God. And the flag on top. Wow. That is impressive. I gotta be honest, even though it's French, It's impressive. Adults welcome. Well, you know, for $630, you're goddamn right they're welcome. Just bring out your checkbooks. Just bring out your checkbooks. Here it says it's 58 inches. So I'm a little confused as to why they can't even get their height correct. No, I said 58, but then it said 59. And now it's back to 58. How to display massive Lego sets safely. Safely is how to do it. Anyway, yeah, if anyone is interested, head to birdofray5.com and go to the affiliate links, and there's a link to lego.com, and I'll get some affiliate credit for your purchase. Won't cost you anything, but yeah, if you go to birdofray5.com and affiliate links, Amazon, Walmart, Target, Hulu, Lego, DoorDash, and then a full list of more links. But Lego will take you there in the full list of links. Backblaze, Cameo, you want a Chase credit card, DoorDash, Epidemic Sound, Home Depot, Instacart, Jackpocket. That's where you can buy lottery tickets via an app for your phone. Netflix, Paramount Plus, VPN, Shipped, StreamYard, Target, TaskRabbit, Teespring, TripAdvisor, Vimeo, and Walmart. Anyway, that's my Black Friday advertisement. I hope you enjoyed it. Professor Brainy Specs says that sounded racist. Mike Richards has put the tower in the front yard with the lights and tinsel. Use it as a Christmas tree. Derek wants the Lego set of the tower, says Richie Poole. Well, you should get it for him, Richie. You should get it for him. Maybe President Biden will erase everybody's Lego debt. I'm not saying he will or he won't, but wouldn't that be nice? Maybe one day he'll say, you know, everybody's debt to Lego, consider it paid. Professor Brainy Specs says more racist phrases. Reggie Poole says, Bird loves his kickbacks. Well, I do. Everybody loves kickbacks. Everybody loves kickbacks. Okay, let's do some Dear Bop. It is time. Dear Bop, I am a man. A woman asked me how they look. What is the correct answer? Obviously, it's the answer that they want to hear. Absolutely. The answer is you look lovely. You look beautiful. You look hot. You look, pretty. Do not say they look handsome. Do not say they look handsome. Dear Bop, we will give you $1 million if you run around the block. Damn it. Well, can't take you up on that. Dear Bob, here's to another TV show moved to a streaming platform. So I've been watching this TV show for 5 years, and it moved to a streaming platform next week. I don't have this platform. I have not made of money to get them all. Well, what show is it? I'm curious. Dear Bob, I have a phobia that doesn't seem to be listed on any of my medical files? How do I get people to be able to type in my name on their computer and it automatically tell them my phobia? This way they won't keep harassing me and they automatically know and they won't call me or visit. You'd have to, there is no way. There's no way. I mean, people still call here for people who died 10, 12 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 12. People call here for dead people. Well, we still get mail for dead people. Okay. And it's not like nobody knows they're dead. But the entire system knows they're dead. The companies who send them mail know they're dead. At least one part of the company knows they're dead. So there's nothing you can do about that. People are always going to keep calling you. Mike Richards says, do not say sturdy. How does that make you look sturdy? No, that's not a good answer. That's another bad answer. Up there with handsome. Dear Bob, what does it mean when someone feels blessed? I feel blessed. And it really means that they have nothing to say of concrete. So they say they feel blessed because they want to be nice. They're trying to be nice, but they have nothing concrete to say. Like, I feel great. I won $1 million, but I didn't win $1 million. And you really didn't, you didn't actually come over my house and help me with, my laundry or my tasks or food. But it's very nice. Very nice. I was in your prayers. I appreciate it. So I feel blessed. I feel blessed. It's a thank you for, being in someone's prayers or sending good vibes. Dear Bob, I work in a police call center and I wanted to tell you one of our nuisance calls this week. Several people phoned to report someone for putting mayonnaise on a hot dog. Literally, this is a true complaint. We got, obviously, it's not a law-breaking thing, so we cannot pursue this. We do have the concerns for the person in question's safety, so none of the complainers assault them. I work in a police call center. I wanted to tell you one of our nuisance calls this week. Several people phoned up to report someone for putting mayonnaise on a hot dog. Literally, this is a true complaint we got. Obviously, it's not law-breaking thing, so we cannot pursue this. We do have concerns for the person in question's safety, so none of the complainers assault them. It's like, I think there's a joke in here, but I can't quite pinpoint it. I almost think it's with the word assault. Dear Bob, I remember once at school, a teacher spoke to my mom and told her I speak loudly. Since then, in my life, my mom is always telling me that I'm too loud and speaking too loud and to speak quieter. I just open my mouth to talk. I don't hear it as being loud. When I think to myself I'm being quiet, she would say you're being loud. I just went to talk without anyone saying anything about it. You know what? Being loud is better than being too quiet. So don't worry about it. If people tell you to lower your voice, it just means that they're hearing you too well. you're doing too good a job at communicating, which is obviously bullshit. It means that you just communicate well. Unlike Mamo Prey is always telling me I'm talking too low. I'm talking too low. She says I need to raise my voice. So if you're being told to lower your voice, I say you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. Dear Bob, how am I supposed to hear people knocking at the front door when I'm way in the back or in the garden? I'm always getting notes saying we called and you weren't home when I'm home. Well, if you're not in a place where you can hear the bell, you know, there are bell extenders. In fact, my house had them. Before I got sick, I wired my house. So no matter where I was, whether it was in the furthest reaches of the basement or the back bedrooms of the first floor, I could hear the doorbell regardless. Because like when I would sleep alone or with the rare occasions with somebody, either way, my bedroom door would be closed and my bedroom door was at the back of the house. Now the doorbell was at the middle of the house and I couldn't be sure I'd hear it. So I used to have a second doorbell in my bedroom. So that if it rang, it would wake me up if somebody was at the door. Yeah, they have doorbells now you can connect to your phone, as Mamo Frey says. So you could get a fancy doorbell that connects to your phone that you could have with you in the back. But even if you don't want to get that fancy, they just have doorbell extenders. You can plug one in and you'll be fine. Dear Bob, hi, I started a new job and they want me to use a forklift. I tried but broke something in the yard. Any advice? Yeah, you should get training before you use the forklift. Before. Dear Bob, should I feel bad for this? I was at the grocery store when I walked to the checkout. There was a high school kid who wouldn't stop texting to ring up my items. So after a minute, I snapped and yelled, "Are you gonna effing ring me up or not?" He started crying and then cited it was his anxiety. High school kid who wouldn't stop texting to ring up. No, I don't think you should feel bad. I mean, there's better ways, nicer ways to do things, but you shouldn't feel bad. That's on him. If he's going to cry because somebody gets impatient with him, he probably shouldn't be in the workforce. Dear Bob, was I an a-hole for turning on the shower when the cat hopped in there? What? Were you in the I don't know. You turned the shower on your cat? That's a pretty a-hole thing to do. Dear Bob, I'm trying to post HD quality photos and videos, but the video quality gets lowered. Any advice? What? I mean, obviously, by definition, the quality of the video can't be higher than the quality of the photo can't be higher than the quality of the video. If you have today, it's not uncommon to have 20 megapixel pictures from your camera, from your phone, but your video might only be 1080p. So that's a small fraction of the size of a 20 megapixel image. It's just the way it is. There's no way of improving it. If you go to 4K video, that's still not as big as a 20 megapixel photograph, but then you make everything way bigger. And most people can't watch 4K anyway, so it doesn't even matter. And most videos are more like, for YouTube, more like 720p. You could zoom in. You could zoom in on the image, maybe, but not show the whole image. Dear Bop, why is someone like LDG popular? His channel should be deleted. I flag his channel every time. Yeah, I mean, who's to say it's popular? It's just, it's there. I don't know that it's popular. But yeah, go. I think he actually says you're happier. The more people who's flagged his channel, he's happy. Okay, in all honesty, I do not suggest flagging anybody's channel who isn't breaking the law. Dear Bob, why is it called Black Friday? It doesn't sound very inclusive. It should be called LGBTQIA plus day, if you say so. Dear Bob, I'm irregular. Can you help me with ideas? Ideas for what? Dear Bob, you're very hard to get a hold of. Sometimes we leave notes. Sometimes we look in your windows. Sometimes we leave trash bags. We have been trying to get a hold of you about your car's extended warranty. Joke's on you. No cars here. Dear Bob, why did the Turdistanis break all the voting machines in Arizona? Are they in Arizona? No, Turdistanis are not in Arizona. Dear Bob, whack, whack, whack. If you know, you know. Whack, whack, whack. Mike Richards says blessed means not totally effed. Miss Lundell's Groovy Movie says operating a forklift is simple. Training takes about 2 hours and it comes with experience. Dear Bob, hi Joe. I have been trying to come to an agreement with Deej to buy the video of Sisso Prey coming out of the shower, but he will not sell it to me. Would you be able to sell it to me instead? Salty. Yeah, $200,000. No, $2,000. $2,000. I will sell you rights. Dear Karogan leader, this organization has done a thorough investigation into the game show called Jeopardy on YouTube channel operated by John DeMarco. Our conclusion is the game is ran with delicate care and great attention to detail. In addition, the game is ran above board, the clues are written fairly, scoring is performed equitably, players are treated honorably and justly, the rules are followed the same for everyone. This show is run expertly by John DeMarco and Professor Brainy Specs. In conclusion, Jeopardy is an outstanding game show for any Star Trek fan where all players can feel secure knowing that the game is ran with fairness and where everyone will have fun. Sincerely, Frederick Lincoln, CEO in Fairness and Online Game Shows Limited. Well, Frederick, I have proof that the game is not run fairly. Last week, when the answer to the question was, the full name of Harry Mudd, Harold Benton Mudd, one of the players said Harry Fentanyl Mudd. Fentanyl, like the drug. And they said it was close enough. They said it was close enough, and that player went on to win and become champion. So how can anybody say that was fair? The Jeopardy rules is that if you say the last name's all that you need generally. The last name is all that you need. But if you say the first name, then you have to be correct. So if I had just answered, or if somebody had just answered mud, that would have been the right answer. But because somebody decided to give extra info and say Harry fentanyl mud, fentanyl was wrong. By Jeopardy rules, that was an incorrect answer, and yet they gave the person points anyway. So I would say that we have proof right there that the grading system is quite shady. Quite shady. Jedi Bill says it's popular, Berto Prey. Thank you. I don't know what's popular, but thank you, Jedi Bill. John DeMarco says, well said. Richie Poole says, who prayed off Frederick? Gorilla says it was Harcourt. Harcourt, Fenton Mud. Right. John DeMarco says, yes, one of the players cough, bird cough. Listen, I'm not on trial here. Jeff Nerdy is. Jeff Nerdy's on trial. I have to give it the best. I'm like Commander Riker. I don't want to be trying data, but I have to give the best job I can do, or else nobody would feel. Harcourt, Fenton, Mud. Yes, and I answered Harry, fentanyl, Mud. Now the Harry point, that's fine because he is called Harry Mud. But if I had just said Harry Mud, maybe that would have been okay. If I just said Mud, that should have been okay. But to say fentanyl, that should have been a big red flag. Dear Bop, I have a hard time going to the bathroom on the starship. Can you help me? Fuck no. I'm not going to help you. Ask them to pull over, and you can use a crater in a moon or an asteroid. Dear Bop, should I contact the authorities now? I have just come to terms. Now, a 50-year-old man, I need your advice. When I was in the 6th grade, my young female teacher called me out of class to give me a spanking for not listening in class. I was scared, not going to lie, but my teacher was really cool about it and said I could spank her first to see how it felt. She lifted her short skirt and made me spank her perfect behind with a wooden paddle. Well, that has marked me since that day. Should I report it now? Yeah, you should report it to Playboy. Dear Bob, that Jeopardy letter was wordy AF, almost like a librarian wrote it. Very suspicious. You know, I had the same suspicions. John DeMarco says, if it makes you feel better, Bird, you can start the next game with negative points. Do you think it's going to make me feel better to start the game with negative points? Captain, fan of nerds, says Vertebrae, based on the details available, I must side with you. Thank you, Captain. I know it's difficult. I know it's a difficult thing to say that you're siding with me, but yeah, I think it's clear. The facts speak for itself. The show is rigged. Rigged. Miss Londell says he should report it to Penthouse, not Playboy. My bad. My bad, Miss Londell. Truth be told, I've never reported anything to Playboy or Penthouse. In fact, I don't think I've ever read. Well, no, that's not true. There was a article about my boss in Playboy once. No, but aside from that one article, I don't really have any great history of reading either magazine. Professor Brainy Specs is more outlandish slander. The Traveler's bird is so smart and knows everything Star Trek that he needs to start with negative points. Dear Bop, the captain won't stop off at a crater, so can I use the bathroom? What's my other option? They make diapers. They make diapers. You could diaper up and hope for the best. Anyway, guys, I think that's gonna call it a night because I'm a bit hungry and food's here and all that good stuff. Ms. Lindell says, I think Penthouse Forum was no more by the time you were old enough to read it. Probably true. Probably true. Which issue of Playboy? Asked Richie. I don't know, Richie. It would have been around 2004 or 2005. One of those. It was an issue where the boss was playing golf with Bill Clinton at Donald Trump's golf course, mind you, in Westchester. So Donald Trump had a golf course, still does, have a golf course in Westchester County. Bill Clinton plays there, or used to play there, every week. And my boss was playing with him that particular week. Now, Bill Clinton has an entourage that, was probably even bigger than my boss's entourage. And they are very, very protective of what President Clinton can and can't do. And they absolutely forbid us from showing him a Playboy magazine, because that's all they needed is for somebody to take a picture with, in those days, the camera phones sucked, but they only need somebody with a digital camera to take a picture of Bill Clinton looking at a Playboy, and it, would have gone viral before viral was even a big thing. And so we're absolutely forbidden. But, if you worked for Mr. Frank paid your checks, not Bill Clinton. So Mr. Frank said to go get a Playboy magazine and bring it to him, that's what you did. And so in a manila envelope, one of those yellow business envelopes, you put the Playboy in the manila envelope, you give the manila envelope to your boss opens it, and next thing you know, there's Bill Clinton looking at a Playboy with Mr. Frank right next to him. And oh my God, his handlers were up in arms. And Mr. Frank showing him, because the one of the women in this, I don't know if she was the centerfold. I guess she was the centerfold. She was a Jaegerette. She worked for the company as a model. And Mr. Frank was showing her off to Bill Clinton. And it was crazy. And they were so angry. What could they do? We don't answer to them. And Bill Clinton, he was so happy. He was all for it. He didn't give a shit. He didn't give a shit. I don't know if one of his people got fired after that. They might have, but our side didn't get fired. So it was all good. It was all good. The Traveler should go write Dear Bops for next week. That's up to you. That's up to you. Anyway, guys, thank you all for hanging out. Have a wonderful Black Friday. If you're still shopping, be safe. If you're not shopping, even better. Even better. Space Kissinger Qapla says it's probably too old for Bill to be a danger. This was 2004. He was still a danger. Now I agree. He's probably too old. He was still, he was up there, but he was still, he could still, I'm sure he could still smoke a cigar with the intern, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Qapla all.